So, what I want to do every day is to show up for myself and do things that just feel really easy to do. And something that feels so easy for me to do is to talk with other people about consciousness and about spirituality. And that's something that I really love doing, because I learn something and other people learn something. So what I want to start is this series called, well, this is what I have to hear now. And so what I'm doing is I'm going to just speak to myself. And by speaking to myself with my vibration and frequency, I know that this will attract other people with their vibration and frequency who need to hear the same thing. So all I'm doing is talking to myself. And so that is what feels easy and enjoyable and playful right now. So yeah, I'm following what Courtney says, the divinely aligned, wonderful person that she is, who channels zero, and we all channel zero. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to breathe, go into my sacred heart, and just channel whatever comes up to me, because this is exactly what I need to hear right now. And so I've been listening to Jim Fortin today, and at the end of the TCP course. For me, it's like round 2.5 that's been finished, and I mean, I've learned so much there. And something that's really landing with me on a deeper level right now is identity, and everything that is in my external world right now that is showing up all comes from the identity of my yesterday self. So everything that I have today was created by yesterday self, and the yesterday self of me has the identity, or had the identity, of everything that I have today. And so what if I'm not creating the thing, or if it's not showing up for me on the external, that means that it's not the identity that I have on the internal. So what identity do I need to have to create the life that I want to see tomorrow? And this isn't living by tomorrow, not at all. It's because all I have is now. That's all I have. And because 3:33 on the clock, that's all I have now. So when I have this now, and I can be the identity that I want now, and then I will be able to tell the universe, hey, this is the vibration, this is the frequency that I'm at, and tomorrow it will show up. And what is it going to be tomorrow? I don't know. But the thing is that I can't control anything, not even my thoughts. And I mean, Jim has been saying this over and over again. You can't control your thoughts. You can't control anything. And that is true. That's a truism. I get that. So I can't control my thoughts because I've had thoughts that I don't really want to have. But at the same time, I have mechanisms to catch those thoughts and say, not useful. And then use the master thought formula or whatever, they're not useful, or any other mechanism that you can use to say, I see that, Okay, there might be some kind of fear inside of me. I can sit with it. I can love it. Be grateful for it because it's showing me where I'm still identifying with things from the past. Yeah, that's what it is, identifying with things from the old self. And so I get to look at that and see, well, do I want to keep this or do I want to let it go? And that is, this is something that has been like so eye-opening to me, is that when I really understood this, when I really got this, that I am whole now. I was never broken. I was just experiencing the law of polarity, which is the pendulum swing all the way to one side. And I was just experiencing that because I've also experienced the pendulum swing to the positive side all the way on the other side, which is like, can be bliss. But that is just the contrast of both polarities. And so what the shaman tells Jim, and Jim tells us, of course, is that we can be neutral so that the pendulum doesn't swing all the way to the one's extreme side on one side and all the way on the extreme on the other side, because then you'll just go back and forth. That you stay in the middle of neutrality, a little bit to the positive side. And that's what I've been guiding myself in the past few months, is being in the neutrality, a little bit to the positive side, so that, I might experience a little bit swing to the negative side, but then it's really easy for me to catch it and go back. And the thing is that, so think about this, really think about this. You have always been whole. Just because you're experiencing one side of the coin, one side of the pendulum swing, doesn't mean that you're broken, and that, it can't, the whatever you tell yourself about something being negative and something being positive, that is just you creating a meaning, creating an about whatever you're experiencing. That's you, because the universe just is. Everything just is. But if you give it a meaning, which is this is positive or this is negative, then you're creating stories. And that can be helpful to you, but it can also keep you stuck. And so looking at all the stories that I've been telling myself, and I've been telling myself so many stories, and throughout this whole year I've been evaluating and reevaluating all of my stories and all the shit that I've come up with to keep myself small and and chastising myself. And that hasn't been helpful in one sense, but on the other sense it has been helpful now, because I see where are all my fears. And by looking at human design and looking at intuition, and that's where all the fears live, I have, I think, 7 out of 8 gates defined, all the ones except gate 28, which the fear of dying would be. But otherwise I get to experience all of the absolutely amazing things of having being very intuitive and knowing clarity and knowing things and I have no idea how I know them, which is the claircognizance. And at the same time, the fear that comes behind it is fear of failure, fear of not being enough, fear of not knowing enough, fear of fear that the tribe will go down, and all of these kind of different things. And so I get to experience that, or I have experienced that. And it just shows that I am whole. I am absolutely perfect the way I am, because I am. And everything is perfect as it is. And this is something that I just have to go over. I don't have to do anything. Sorry. That I just go over and over again, is all has always been, is now, and always will be fine. So if you listened all the way to the end, and I think that's a good way to end it, then thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for hearing what I have to say, because all I'm doing is I'm just talking to myself, because that is like something that's really easy for me. And I'm sitting here in the freezing cold on the 1st of January, just speaking to myself and showing up for myself and showing myself that I love me by doing something that just feels easy. And if this resonates with you, I'm so happy that you stayed to the end, and no one is going to still be here who doesn't resonate with everything that I said. So yeah, I'd love for you to stay here and hear the next message. So click on subscribe, click on follow, so that you can hear the next thing that I'll just be telling myself, and I'll be taking it and growing it from here, because the identity of me is showing up for myself and playing, just like Courtney and Zero tells me. Oh, good. So I am love, and I love you all. I am. Bye.
You thought you were losing your mind, but you're just remembering who you are. The signs you've been seeing aren't signs, they're coordinates written in the stars. Every crazy thing you've seen, every vision, every dream, every nobody would believe me. That's your energy, vibration and frequency. You're not broken, you don't need healing. You're the one you're looking for, darling. You don't need saving, you need reminding. You already are the light, so stop shrinking and shine bright. You're not lost,